Welcome back, everybody, to the South Carolina Gamecocks Revamped Dynasty here. We are in Gainesville, heading to the Swamp. Head coach Belax Memes gets to take on the 25th ranked Gators in another pivotal SEC matchup. This is our last SEC matchup for a week or so. Next episode, we'll be taking on NC State, but then after that, we'll get right back into the SEC to take on our last few opponents in the season. As you can see, this one is fairly evenly matched. The Gamecocks, we do lead passing-wise. Rushing-wise, we're much worse than they are, but Florida, they are not a team to be messed with. A lot of the, commentators and predictors are choosing them. They are missing one of their starting linebackers, but as far as their schedule goes, they've had a few big losses against ranked teams. Oklahoma, Texas A&M was ranked at the time. They still are 6-3, and a loss to Vanderbilt and an upset there a few weeks back. So they are not a team to play around with, even with their record. But they are led by Jalen Kitna. He is 12-8 on the year. He has 12 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Trevor Etienne, the veteran running back, having a decent season as well, over 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns. Today, though, Carolina is going to get the ball first. We don't see this team with the ball first many times, but Emory Floyd's going to try to bring it back out of the end zone. Bounces off of a few guys, and it's going to be about a 25-yard return, but at the end of the day, he's going to be brought down right around the 20. So the Gamecocks going to start the day with a run to Carroll. He is quickly brought down. He's almost got 800 yards on the ground so far through this week. And we're looking to add to that total. 2nd and 7 for Carolina. Braden Davis going to find Scott Hall. He's running off wide open. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another. And pushed down finally after 18 yards. A good catch and run for the junior tight end. 1st and 10 now. Davis wants to make another pass. He threads the needle. Brendan Robinson is tripped up. He almost broke that one free. But instead, it stands as another first down. 2nd and 8 now. Davis steps up, fires, and it's dropped. Looked like the defender may have got a hand on it. Either way, DJ Long dropped that one, and now they have a 3rd and 8. Davis is going to go to Lavacia Carroll, who breaks the first tackle, but he can't get any more than that. So 4th and 8, they're going to punt it away here in Florida territory. No, it's a fake. Mayhew wants to throw it, and he misses the target. Thomas Mayhew tried his best to get that one in there, but the window was closed quickly. So the good drive is stalled out as Trevor Etienne starts the next drive with the 3-yard loss. Donovan Westmoreland comes in, so they're going to face a 3rd and 13 rather quickly for this Gators offense. Jalen Kitna is going to step around in the pocket under pressure, slings it into coverage, and it's picked off. Anthony Rose snatches it out of the air. He spins back inside, and now he's got it inside the 40 at around the 33 of Florida. Anthony Rose, one of our starting safeties, was just watching that one the whole way, but they've got us down to a 3rd and 3 now. Davis is going to fire, and it's behind the intended receiver. Miguel Mitchell had a chance at the interception. Instead, they're going to go for it again. A 4th and 3. You could have had 2 field goals at this point. Now they're going to go for it. Davis looks, and it's not even close. James Sparks was in coverage. Little miscommunication. I think Scott Hall thought he was going one way. So another stalled drive there in Florida territory. They're going to start the next drive. Aaron Bray with a big 18-yard catch. He has been a very, very good receiver for this Gators receiving core now. Jalen Kitna is going to run the play action. He finds Nick Elsness. In real life, he's a Gamecock, but today he's getting a 28-yard catch and run on his first grab of the day. So 3rd and 4 now inside the 10 at about, well, they mark him right at the 10, I believe. Kitna's going to take the snap, wants to throw, looking to the end zone, firing, and it's caught. Aaron Bray, a 10-yard touchdown, and the Gators strike first. Jalen Kitna, despite the interception, gets the first touchdown. As you can see, though, Florida State and Clemson, formerly the powerhouses of the ACC, both of them have fallen. The Seminoles, though, get their 5th win of the year. Clemson falls to 5-4 on the year after that 38-35 victory by the Seminoles. Now, Ohio State losing to undefeated Penn State. Both of these teams are undefeated right now at the end of the first quarter. It is 14-7. Couple of touchdown passes for Penn State and a touchdown pass for Kyle McCord as the Buckeyes look to get another opportunity to go to the national championship. Lavacia Carroll this time on his run does get some positive yardage. He's got a 10-yard run stumbling down the field. 1st and 10 now. Braden Davis is in the shotgun. He does have Carroll to his right. It's going to be a play action. Davis steps around, fires to the middle of the field. DJ Long bounces initially, but he's brought down from behind 16 yards later. The Gamecocks are cooking in Gator territory, but they've got to get a first down here. 3rd and 6. Davis steps up, fires to Dobzinski, and he's not going to get it. So they have a 4th and 1 after the 5-yard catch. They're going to go for it again. The 3rd attempt is the charm. Lavicia Carroll breaks a tackle. He's hit hard and wrestled down, but he's got it inside the 15 now. 1st and 10 for Carolina. Braden Davis steps up to the end zone. Caught, and it's a touchdown. DJ Long, he had to reach out behind his receiver. It was not the most accurate throw by Braden Davis, but DJ Long just snags it out of the air. A great job setting in the zone and finding the open space now. Under 30 seconds left in this first quarter. Florida's got a 2nd and 12. Kitna's going to want to throw this one into coverage. Jalen Aaron Bray, drops it. A rare drop for him. He has been so good for Florida this year. 3rd and 12 now. Kitna going to go underneath again. This time it is again broken up. That one was Keenan Nelson, as we have 9 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Braden Davis is in the backfield with Carroll and Brandon Hammond. It's going to be a play action. Davis rolling around, steps, plants his feet, finds Brandon Robinson, who cuts out to the open field. Nobody behind the secondary, and it's a touchdown for Carolina. 57 yards. Brandon Robinson with the catch and run. He found his way open in the second level, makes a man miss in the open field, gets a nice block by DJ Long just to slow him down, and there was nobody else to support back there behind the safeties. And now a 1st and 10, but Florida in the second quarter is down by 7. Trevor Etienne's got a 3-yard run, and they are going to have a 3rd and 7 now. Under center, Kitna is actually in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap, wants to throw under pressure. It is almost intercepted. Could have been picked off by Quan Banks, but instead he does the safe thing. He just bats it down to the ground. 2nd and 9 now for Carolina, starting their next drive. About 6 minutes remains in this second quarter. Braden Davis takes the snap, wants to throw into coverage. It's picked off by Moore. He's going to have a chance to return this across the 25 to the 15 and breaking his way down around the 10. Markham, maybe the 11, but it's right at the 10. I think they'll rather place him there. Devin Moore, just not a good throw, not good placement. Scott Hall would have been open if Braden Davis waited a few seconds, but instead, Florida's got a chance here inside Carolina territory after the turnover. Elksney comes in motion. Kitna's going to want to throw. He's going to take it. Pitch it out to Elksney. He's got an open field, and it's a touchdown for Florida. Nick Elksney with the strike there for the Gators, and it is a tie ball game. If the extra point is good, Jalen Kitna under pressure, he still delivers a good pass right where it needed to be for him to catch and run. Now it is a tie ball game, and we are basically reset on a 2nd and 7 all, 14 for everybody. Braden Davis, play action. He wants to look around and fire to Scott Hall, bustling his way down the field. And he's got it right on the Gator logo around midfield. So that's going to set up a 2nd and 10 now. Braden Davis going to give it to Lavicia Carroll. He's got some space. Breaks a tackle initially. Says, get off of me. He's running his way down around the F there up the right hash. And that is a 1st and 10. And now a 2nd and 9 deep in Gator territory. Braden Davis in the shotgun. This time he's got Hammond beside him. Davis steps up. Fires to Brandon Robinson. A 7-yard catch. But that is still going to be short of the first down. They're 0 of 3 today on 3rd downs. We haven't got a single one yet. 3rd and 2. Davis goes to Carroll. Carroll is pushed back, and he's going to be brought down, maybe back at the line of scrimmage. So that is a bad run. They are going to settle this time for the field goal. You've got to wonder, they've been so aggressive. Why settle now? But still a 17-14 ball game as we see Penn State taking over in Ohio State. They are up 21-7 now on the Buckeyes. The Nittany Lions looking for their first chance at a national championship. They haven't been able to win against the Ohio State, but this time Jalen Kitna is brought down. That's a loss of 8, so they're going to have to punt it back to Carolina with about a minute left on the clock here before halftime. Now 3rd and 11. Davis rolls out of the pocket, looking to throw deep downfield, and he's got DJ Long. 30 yards. The separation wasn't necessarily the greatest, but a 2nd and 7 is set up right on the 20-yard line. Braden Davis is going to throw again. He's under pressure. Under pressure, he breaks one, but Kyle Parham comes in to bring him down, and now Carolina, right at halftime, we settle for the field goal, and Florida will have a chance here to start the second half with a strike to take the lead. Jalen Kitna's first throw is no good. He hasn't had the greatest day, 4 of 12, but 2 touchdowns and only 67 yards. Obviously, he had the 1 interception earlier in the first half. Now Kitna on 3rd and 10 stands in the pocket all kinds of time, deep downfield, and it's caught. Aaron Bray down inside the 10. Markham at about the 6 or the 7. He was too fast for Stoneblandt, and Nick Imanowari did not play it as well as he should have. And that was a beautiful pitch and catch there by this Gators offense. 67 yards. 2nd and goal now they have set up. Kitna is under center. He's going to call a man in motion. It's going to be a run with Trevor Etienne, who cuts it back inside. A big job there to stop him at 1 yard. If they can hold him to a field goal here, despite the big play, that is absolutely a win for our defense. 3rd and goal. Kitna pump fakes under pressure to the end zone, and it should have been snagged and intercepted. Nick Imanowari drops it. So despite the 70-yard catch, it is just a field goal for Florida now. Lavacia Carroll starting the next drive on a big run off the read option. 11 yards. A good job by Braden Davis to give it up to Carroll. And now they have a 2nd and 1 later on the same drive, up by 3 still. Carroll's going to get the run on the inside zone, bursting through the hole. He's got 14 on the run. Seemed like a whole lot more. Now 2nd and 10 inside Florida territory, right on the 25-yard line, maybe slightly farther back. Davis this time is going to give it to Carroll. He cuts it back. He's got some space on the ground, and that's going to be an 8-yard run. That's going to set up a 3rd and 2 inside Florida territory. Braden Davis is going to give it to Hammond, the backup, and he is stuffed. Scooby Williams gets in the backfield with some nice penetration, and we're going to have to settle for another field goal. This Florida defense has not been a joke today, but still up by 6 now, 23-17. And with 4.5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter, Trevor Etienne's going to get the play action. They're going to go to Niblack. He's going to have a first down and then some off the screen. And that is a big catch and run there. But they set up a 3rd and 1 right around the 46-yard line. Kitna's going to pitch it to Etienne. Etienne is stuffed by Westmoreland. A 2-yard loss on the option play. And they give it right back to Carolina. 2nd and 4 to start the next drive. Carroll initially nowhere to go, but he skips it up the middle. And he's got a first down now. 1st and 10. Davis hasn't had the best day today, but he's been solid. This time it's going to be a pass to DJ Long, who continues, and I mean continues to be very good for this receiving core. He has played himself as a number 1. 2nd and 7, though. Chris Dobzinski on the catch and run. He doesn't get a lot of playing time as he's like a 5th-string receiver. But Dobzinski with his 2nd catch of the day, that one goes for a first down and then some, giving him a little stiff arm. Setting up a 1st and 10, right around a minute and a half, counting and remaining in the 3rd. Play action, Davis under pressure, rolling out. He looks to run, and he's taken down, tripped up by his ankles. James Sparks, another one for this Gators defense. They have a 2nd and 13 now in Florida territory. Carroll's going to get a block. He's going to cut it outside. Makes a man miss. Racing for the edge. Can he get there? And it's a touchdown. Lavacia Carroll, 35 yards out. And the Gamecocks strike there right as this 3rd quarter finalizes in the final minute. As a big hole opened up for Carroll. He got past the final man, and he's brought down right around the goal line. But as you can see in other news, 8-0 for both teams. Penn State still up by 10 as they enter the 4th quarter there in Happy Valley. And that is an interesting one to keep an eye on as the Nittany Lions look to go to 9-0. Ohio State looking to get back to the national championship game. 2nd and 3 for the Gators to start the third quarter. Jalen Kitna's going to find Niblack. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce his name, or it might be Niblack. Amari Niblack, however, is going to have a first down. 3rd and 2 now. They are 2 and 8 on third downs. They're going to start the fourth quarter with a run to Etienne. He's going to get the edge just barely. It took a lot of spacing for him to get there. Maybe he had a bigger run if he cut it outside. He's had a tough day on the ground. This Carolina defense is not allowing much. They're going to allow another first down run. That's by the backup, Adam McGrew. 6 yards on the ground. They're going to be in trouble when Trevor Etienne finally graduates, as they do not have a lot of talent behind Etienne. They lost their last running back that was the starter in front of Etienne, but they now have a 3rd and 10 around the 30-yard line. Kitna looking for the screen, and he's sacked. The wide receiver screen was busted from the very start, and Nick Barrett is going to bring Kitna down. He just had nobody blocking him. Kitna held on to it. You've got to get rid of that. Now they have a 4th and 22. This one, you would basically need a miracle to get it. Kitna's going to dump it off to Etienne. Etienne is wrapped up and slung down. Why not Nick Barrett again? He just had the sack. Why not give him the ceiling tackle there on that drive? So they're going to get a chance now to run a lot of time off this clock. An 8-yard run by Brandon Hammond. 3rd and 7 now for Carolina. There, like I said, they're just going to run the clock down as low as possible. Ryan Clayton gets into the open field. He's got an 11-yard first down run, and Carolina is going to extend this drive right around 4 minutes remaining. 2nd and 6. They're probably, I would imagine, just going to let this one click down. We can get it down to around 3 minutes and 40 seconds if we're being honest with ourselves. Braden Davis looking to seal the deal, I guess, or ice the game would be the better term, as they are up by 13. Braden Davis gives it to Clayton, who is quickly wrestled down. Still no timeout by the Gators, so they have the clock right around 3 minutes on a 3rd and 6. Davis has 2 guys beside him. He's going to fake it on the read option, and he had nowhere to go, so a 4-yard loss. But still, the clock runs down under 2 minutes on a 2nd and 10 is where the Gators start the drive. Jalen Kitna launches it deep downfield. Reynolds gets behind the secondary, and they have all 3 timeouts, so this is not something you want to play around with. If you let them score quick, they have a great chance at still being in this ballgame, onside kick or not. Kitna's going to take the snap, wants to go to the air, strolling around under pressure to the end zone, and it's caught. Aaron Bray hit as he caught it, but he holds on, and that's the 3rd touchdown of the day. The Gators now, the onside kick is muffed, and it's recovered by Jason Fowler for Florida. They trail by 6, so a touchdown and an extra point essentially wins them the game. Kitna going to start the drive, looking for who else? Aaron Bray. Does he get a toe in? Yes, he toe taps both feet. And that's going to set them up 2nd and 5 already across midfield. A minute and counting now as Bray comes in motion. His favorite target, Kitna's going to roll out. He's going to give it to Trevor Etienne, who's wrapped up by Stone Blanton. I guess they thought they could trick us by doing the non-obvious, but that's going to put them in dangerous territory. 3rd and 5. Kitna, you want to get a first down here. Gives it to Bray. He gets the first down. They're going to use their 2nd timeout, barely getting that one. Very, very tense here now in the swamp. 1st and 10. Kitna fakes it. He's going to throw it to Bray again. Collision with his own man, but it's a 12-yard catch now inside the 25. Mark him right around the 20. 1st and 10. Kitna looks to throw again to the air. Under pressure and sacked. Jalen Kitna. They're going to have to spike it, and that's going to set them up a 2nd and 17. Kitna looks to throw into coverage, and it's intercepted. Kawan Banks is going to pick it off. They went to a different man than Aaron Bray, and that was a mistake for Florida. Just a great job of getting in front of Burke there. And Carolina is going to get to kneel it down as they get a win over the 25th ranked Gators. The Gators will now fall to 5-4 on the year. We are now 8-1 to start the season. It hasn't been easy, and it has not always been perfect, but we get our desperate road SEC win. That one was way closer than I would have liked it to be. Despite a good start from Florida, we came back, we scored 14 straight, and with just the field goals, our offense couldn't capitalize. We had to settle for 3 field goals today, and that's really the main reason Florida was in it. Braden Davis, a good game, 18 of 27, 255, 2 touchdowns and an interception. He was only sacked twice. Lavacia Carroll, come on, man, 22 runs, 170 yards, and a touchdown. That was the senior running back's Heisman moment today against the Gators in a ranked opponent. He had his biggest run, 35 yards, so not that big, but DJ Long had 4 for 73 and a touchdown. He has been so good for us. Brandon Robinson, 4 for 90 and a touchdown. Landon Sampson, 3 for 15. He has kind of been disappointing, I'm not going to lie, as our number 1 receiver. Nick Imanowari had 6 tackles all around, a couple deflections. Stone Blanton had a deflection and 6 total tackles. TJ Sanders had 3 tackles for loss. 1 is a sack. Quan Banks and Anthony Rose both had an interception. So this defense has been much better at forcing turnovers. A bunch of sacks all around the board. Rory Patrick had 1. Nick Barrett had 2. And this team, just a good job. Marcus Clark, a good job to hit his field goals when we needed him to. Jalen Kitna, though, the senior quarterback, he balled out today despite the 2 picks. 293 yards, 3 touchdowns. Their running game was non-existent, so that's going to make it even harder for a quarterback like him to get things going. Aaron Bray had 9 for 159, 2 touchdowns through the air. So good. A sophomore there. He's going to be a very good receiver for the Gators going forward. Nick Elsney's also added a touchdown. Scooby Williams was everywhere. He's a freshman. What a name. 10 total tackles. They also had Devin Moore with the only turnover they forced. But as far as the top 25 goes, we never got the finalized score for that Ohio State-Penn State game, but you guys will see next episode exactly what came out of that. A bunch of top 10 teams are undefeated, but Notre Dame finally took a loss, so now that opens us up to potentially get into the top 10 despite the top 9 still being undefeated. We need Ohio State or Penn State. One of those teams is going to lose. As far as the Heisman goes this year, Ashton Hayes for California is leading the way. The junior running back at a 90 overall. Last game had 126 yards and 3 touchdowns, as well as a touchdown through the air. Everybody else, you know, fairly recent. Kieron Drones is there as well for Baylor. And next week, we're going to end our SEC play, or take a break from SEC play to take on the NC State Wolfpack. NC State 4-4 on the year. They're looking to just get to a bowl game at this point, but they have a bad turnover differential, so we're going to look to force a couple of turnovers, hopefully. We are finally in the positive there. There's been years where we were like -8 on this series in the turnover differential, so that feels so good to be better than them at, or actually to be in the top 54. But NC State has one season-ending injury. As you can see from their schedule, they've lost some weird games. They lost to Georgia Tech, lost to Miami, lost to Florida State, lost to Clemson, but they just upset their rival North Carolina, so the Wolfpack have some experience. So make sure to check in next episode for that matchup. As always, thank you all for watching. I hope each and every one of y'all have a great day. See you next time.